Hello, welcome to Kevin's Corner, where truth is diligently sought, deliberately taught, and dauntlessly defended. My name is Kevin Probst, and I come to you on this 23rd day of March 2026 to consider this. After feeding the 5,000, the crowd sought to crown Jesus for what he could give them, not for who he truly was. And as the disciples faced a storm without him, the passage warns us of the far greater danger of spiritual separation and urges us to seek the Lord while he may be found. Jesus had just fed 5,000 men with 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. And the people saw the sign. In John 6:14 they declared, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." They knew their scriptures. Their minds likely went straight to Deuteronomy 18:18, where God promised through Moses that he would raise a prophet like him, one to whom the people must listen. And just as Moses had been used to provide manna in the wilderness, Jesus had now multiplied bread before their very eyes. The connection seemed obvious, but their enthusiasm was shallow. They were ready to receive Jesus, not for who he was, but for what he could give: bread, provision, comfort, perhaps a political victory over the Romans. And how little has changed. Even today, many people follow Christ in the hope of material blessings and physical healing or emotional peace. They want the benefits of Jesus without surrendering to his lordship. They must never love the gift more than the giver. Christ is worthy of our love, simply because of who he is. He is sinless and faultless and pure in motive. There's no selfishness in him. His love is never manipulative, never self-serving. He always desires what is eternally best for us. And that alone makes him infinitely lovable. In John 6, verse 15, we are told that when Jesus perceived that they were about to take him by force to make him king, he withdrew again to the mountain by himself, alone. Think of that. If he would not submit to their agenda, they were prepared to force him. The audacity of sinful humanity attempting to strong-arm the very Son of God. It's shocking, and yet we often attempt the same in quieter ways when we insist that Christ conform to our plans. And so Jesus withdrew. Even the Son of God sought solitary communion with the Father. How much more do we need it in a world of endless notifications and noise and distractions? God will not compete with what we refuse to put away. There must be moments when the phone is silenced and the door is closed and the heart is open. Meanwhile, the disciples went down to the Sea of Galilee, and they entered a boat, and they began crossing toward Capernaum. And darkness fell, and the wind rose, and Jesus had not yet come to them. The storm was dangerous, but what must have troubled them most was this: they were without him. That thought brings to mind King Saul's desperate cry when the Philistines pressed in. In 1 Samuel 28, Saul laments that God no longer answers him. The prophet Samuel delivers the chilling verdict: "The Lord has turned away from you, Saul, and has become your enemy." The terror of divine silence is overwhelming. There's no darker sentence. What could be more terrifying than calling upon God and hearing only silence? What horror awaits the soul that has persistently rejected mercy until justice alone remains? To see the smiling face of Christ, radiant with mercy and grace, is life itself. But to see his back turned, rejected as Savior, is a dreadful thing beyond words. The prophet Jeremiah warned Israel that judgment would come and God would show them no favor. When grace is spurned long enough, wrath remains. Dear brothers and sisters, the call still stands. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Isaiah 55:6. The storms will come and darkness will fall, but blessed is the soul who is not without Jesus when it does. Thank you so much for taking time from your busy day and allowing me to share with you from Kevin's Corner. Please help me share truth with others by liking and sharing this video. Also, please subscribe to Kevin's Corner on YouTube and Substack. And until next time, live bravely and courageously.